I predict the Seahawks going 6-10. I think that's honestly really generous. They could go 5-11 pretty easily. It's pretty simple. The Seahawks are rebuilding. They got rid of Richard Sherman. They got rid of Michael Bennett. They got rid of Jimmy Graham, Cliff Averill. Russell Wilson is really the only reason to watch the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson led the Seahawks in rushing last year. That's atrocious. Part of that is because their offensive line is terrible. Part of that is because they didn't have a running back last year. They just drafted Rashad Penny, the running back out of San Diego State. I like him. He's good. He has a lot of mileage on him. He ran for over 2,000 yards last year in college, but he runs really hard. I would be excited for the Seahawks with Rashad Penny. Another interesting thing is that the Seahawks are finally investing in their offensive line. They signed their left tackle, Dwayne Brown, to a long-term deal. They signed their center, Justin Britt. So now the Seahawks have 2 legitimate starters on defense. They need to find 3 other starters, but that's great. They finally have a little bit of progress on the offensive line. Not much. The Seahawks offensive line is still atrocious and awful. It's going to cripple the Seahawks, but they're making progress. They're on the right track. Another interesting thing is that the Seahawks fired their offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevel. They brought in fact, 6 new assistants for their team. They fired almost everybody but Pete Carroll last year. They jettisoned a lot of veterans. I think that was a smart move. This offseason was pretty controversial for the Seahawks. They got rid of the Legion of Boom. They got rid of all their old stars. And it was an ugly divorce, but I think ultimately a very good move. They're better long-term because of it. My kind of assessment of Pete Carroll is he works better with younger players. He has this thing where he preaches competition. He always talks about, we want to come out and be competitive. That's our thing. And I think that, frankly, just works better with younger players and veterans. If you tell a veteran, hey, go hit that guy as hard as you can, he goes, my ankle hurts. I'm tired. I think if you're going to preach competition, do it to a young 23, 24-year-old guy who's got a lot of energy, ready to go. Some naiveness helps. But I wouldn't discount Russell Wilson. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to go 6-10, possibly 5-11. They're going to be third in the NFC West regardless. But I do like where the Seahawks are headed eventually. They're just not there yet. This is a rebuilding year, and I think Russell Wilson's going to have to carry them to 6-10. I'm not excited. The Seahawks, they're competitive. They have some new life. They have some new energy in that locker room, but that's it. That's not a lot of talent. That's just energy. Energy does not equal wins. That just has some excitement and something to look forward to down the road. So Seahawks are rebuilding. They're going to go 6-10, and Russell Wilson's going to still run for his life this year. The poor guy is going to carry the team again this year. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember, if you want to help Strong Opinion Sports grow, you can share this with your friends on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about this show. And always remember, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, everywhere you can find a podcast, as well as YouTube. My full entire podcast is on YouTube, as well as shorter, more interesting clips like this. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and take care.